Okay, you guys, for Facebook land, for everybody who couldn't make it to the John's Proximity event here in Hillsboro, Oregon, day one. So we had some amazing speakers, amazing people in the room. I was able to do a lot of networking, and that's exactly why I came to this event, is because I was wanting to be in the same room with people who are compelled, emotionally, spiritually, and physically compelled to achieve greatness in real estate. And whatever that means to them, right? If they want to do their first flip, if they want to do their 10th flip, if they want to lend money, if they want to buy and hold rentals, everything was there, right? Short-term rentals, long-term rentals, mid-term rentals, every conceivable way to make money in real estate was definitely represented at the table here. And yeah, it was just an absolute amazing event to be a part of. It was like from 10 to 4. We had an amazing lunch. So whoever provided that, thank you. That was delicious. But more importantly, what did I learn, right? What did I learn? Can I pass along some wisdom to you guys? So our first speaker, he spoke about your mindset, which I know traditionally isn't like real estate related, right? Like if you're already interested in real estate, you probably already have an entrepreneurial mindset. But he kind of went one step above, and he said, hey, look, guys, all of you are obviously entrepreneurs or inspiring entrepreneurs, or you would not be here. So let's go above and beyond that, and let's like unlock some things for you guys. And it was like an hour-long conversation with this guy, a lot of nuggets of wisdom, talking a lot about kind of like the mind, the brain, the user, these different terms and like how it all functions, right? And one of the things that I thought was really interesting that he said, and I know this, but I don't implement it enough, is he said, you have an inner voice. And you, whether you know it or don't, unconsciously or consciously, you listen to your voice, your internal dialogue. And if you say, hey, I don't think I can do that, hey, I'm afraid, hey, negativity, hey, I'm not good enough, hey, I don't have the money, hey, I don't have the skills, and you just create this story in your mind about why you can or can't do something, you're right. And your mind is going to lead you to believe it. And you're going to, almost self-sabotage, in a sense, your abilities to get ahead, to make progress, to achieve your goals, right? And those type of things. And it was just really awesome to kind of finally like hear that. Like I knew it. It's like kind of like the secret. It's like, you're going after, and you need to put it out there into the universe, and you need to network, and you need to know, people need to know what you're doing and who you are and all that cool stuff. But it really like comes down to like, you got to believe in yourself, not even just consciously, but unconsciously. You need to do affirmations. You need to write it down. You need to, and he had a story of somebody that he worked with where they were on the brink of foreclosure, which I talk a lot about, right? Foreclosure is not a joking matter whatsoever, right? It's a serious situation. They were on the brink of foreclosure, and basically she pulled her future, pulled what she desired into existence by speaking it, right? By like writing it out. She basically said, this is what today is going to look like, and reflected almost like a journal of what was happening, right? Not like as if in the future, but as if it is today. She was speaking in it like present tense. And then within 2 months, her whole life just changed. All of her bills were paid. She had a thriving business. And I mean, I don't know if that's going to be the same for me, if it's going to be the same for you, right? Like I don't make any promises here, but I think, and I do truly believe, if you act as if, right, that whole fake it till you make it kind of thing, right? Like I'm trying to put it in my own language, my own understanding. If you fake it till you make it, if you just believe, if you act right, if you act like a king, you'll be treated like a king. right? Those type of things. And, you know, if you put that into your physiology, right? Tony Robbins, this motivational speaker guy that I've learned a lot from, you know, if you change your physiology, if you change your mind, if you change your language, the words that you use, right? There's so many different aspects of this that you could go into. And he had like 3 other modules, and he's like, yeah, I can only do the first one here, but you know, it was very interesting, and it didn't help me buy more properties or whatever, but it's an insightful like way to think of myself, like how do I operate in my own life and with my words that I say, and with the actions that I think I can or I think I can't, the stories that I've created in my mind about opportunities that I have or I don't have or whatever, right? So super interesting. Then we had an amazing lunch, and then we had their second speaker, and then obviously we all, you know, asked questions throughout this time, and we all chipped in. So it was a really cool like dialogue that we were having with these speakers. And then we had our second speaker, and I had the chance to kind of talk with him personally one-on-one afterwards, and kind of just trying to, you know, he's a very successful real estate investor. You know, he's doing well. He's done spec builds. He's, you know, built things. He has, you know, long-term rentals. You know, he is, you know, retired, right, from real estate. And, I was listening to his story and how he did it. And one of the things that he, was his buy box is a 3-bed, 2-bath house with a backyard. And I said, hey man, that sounds cool. How are you doing that today with interest rates at 7-8%? You know, let's just say you have the money. How are you doing that? You're losing money. And he said, yeah. And, you know, and for me, in my financial position where I'm at right now, I'm okay losing a few $100s a month. And I know, you know, and most of us were like, oh my gosh, negative cash flow. But his situation's a little bit different, right? And I think it's a situation that we all want to find ourselves in, where he's like, I'm okay losing a few $100s a month because the gain on the tax, you know, the tax write-offs and the deferrals and the appreciation and the debt pay down and all this stuff, like all these other things are just way more significant to me than $300 worth of cash flow or whatever. And he was telling me that there's a property that he owns where he has negative cash flow, I think like $800 a month. And I'm like, bro, why would you even buy that? And he said, because it came with an extra lot that I could sell for $150,000. And I said, okay, fair enough, dude, right? Like, he just needs to do the lot division or whatever and sell it off or build on it because he has that experience. And I said, okay, well, I can't be cash flow negative $500 and $800 every month. So like, what do I do? And, he basically said deals are hard right now, right? Like, there's not screaming deals, right? It is a lot harder to come by deals, which we all know that's fine. But he basically told me, because I explained my situation and said, hey man, I want to do more wholesaling, want to do more flipping, want to build my business, and he said, hey man, you could build that business or you could buy a business, right? Like, what is your goal? And I said, well, my goal is cash flow, right? I want to, I don't want to have to work every day. And he's like, well, I mean, shoot, dude, you could, you could do the real estate thing. You could buy a business. I mean, whatever it is, right? Don't trap yourself into thinking it's just one thing, because he owns some businesses as well. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm missing. I'm missing the cash machine, right? I'm missing the business, the thing that produces the capital, right? That's my problem right now, is because even if I found a good deal, right, I wouldn't be able to keep it. I'd have to wholesale it or I'd have to flip it, right? So I don't have enough money to keep taking things down over and over again, right? I've kind of pushed my money into my multifamilies and the 2 single families, right? So I kind of pushed my money into that. So like I need to generate more cash to pay down some debt, and then kind of deleverage a little bit. And so I was talking to him about that, and it was just it was really helpful. Kind of gave me an idea of and sometimes it's one of those things you just need to hear what you already know, right? And I'm just like, yeah, sounds like I need to do. And he's like, hey man, I'll buy deals from you, right? If it's a good deal, I'll buy it. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, the money's not the hard thing. It's the coming up with deals. And unfortunately, he's not a big deal finder himself, right? So that's not his problem. He has people showering him with deals. Like, oh, what do you think about the realtors and people from church and wholesalers and other investors, and people are wanting to, because he has money, he has the experience, he has the track record. But obviously that all got built up from doing deals and doing things over time. So he couldn't really answer my question of like, hey, where do you find your best deals? But I'm working on that. I'm actively working on that. I cold call the probates. I'm switching things up a little bit. I'm going to switch into some code violations. I'm going to keep door knocking the foreclosures. I might be hiring somebody to help with that, with the door knocking, because we need to, hit up foreclosures. We need to hit up pre-foreclosures. Like, there's so many avenues that I could be doing that I personally just can't do all of them. So I think that's kind of what I'm running into, is that if I want to grow, I need to grow, right? So anyways, yeah, and that's kind of what he told me, is like, hey man, if you can't do anymore, like I told him I work 7 days a week. I mean, at this, right, cold calling Monday through Friday, door knocking on the weekends. He's like, well, then sounds like you need some help. Sounds like you should grow your business or buy a different one, right? Something. And I was like, okay, cool, sounds good. So day one, proximity event, really cool. Had a lot of chance to network with people. I won't even go into all the different people I talked to, but I found people who are looking to do flips. I found people with money. I found people who are trying to do more wholesales. And I told everybody in that room, I stood up and I said, hey, you guys, I'm looking for off-market deals. I'm willing to buy. I'm willing to JV. I'm willing to help with the flip, whatever it is, right? Like, just, put me in there. And that's what I'm doing with these videos, and that's what I'm doing on social media, is just letting people know what I'm looking for, putting it out there in the universe, saying that I'm willing to do these deals, bring them to me. So anyways, just wanted to give you guys a brief update of what I did today. I didn't make a single cold call. It's 5 o'clock, stuck in traffic making this video for you guys. But anyways, just want to let you guys know that's what I've been up to. Day 2 is tomorrow. All right, peace.